We're back here on DouglasCountyDigest.com and ready for the fourth quarter as the Tuscola Warriors have a 52-28 lead over the Heritage Villa Grove Hawks. The Hawks will inbound and have possession here to start things off, so they try and cut into this Tuscola lead. Chris Patton, Luke Johnson with you from Tuscola High School. And things have gone the Warriors' way so far tonight. Shot put up no good, and loose ball comes down in the arms of Gilbert Nieto. Now shot put up by Lucas Vandevetter. It's no good. Rebounded by 32, Clayton Turner for the Warriors. He gives it ahead to 11, Kyle Pugh. Nick Bates with a nifty little move there. Pulls up and then takes it home. He's got 16 points tonight. 54-28 Warriors. I'm disappointed Cameron Nell's not in the game. Villa Grove, you want to try and cut this lead down. You need a bigger presence down low. You just don't have it right now. All 5 guys are up out of the lane. I wonder if they're going smaller to try and match up with Tuscola on defense. Because Tuscola's getting some kind of quick cuts and stuff like that. Number 11, Chance Lemon with 2 points there. Those are his first 2 of the night. 54-30. 24-point Warrior lead. And this is a game of where these two schools were tied after the first quarter at 9. Tuscola outscored Heritage Villa Grove 24-13 in the second and outscored them 19-6 in the third. We got a turnover there by the Warriors. I think a 5-second call against Tuscola. 6:45 left to go in the game. Warriors up 24. One of those nights for the Hawks. And then when the way Tuscola started the half and just some of the turnovers they had just made it more difficult. Excellent shot. That was a tough shot. Chance Lemon. Chance Lemon last 2 times down the floor. He's made 2 baskets. He's got 4 tonight. 54-32. 3 put up and it almost goes down. Rebound and then a little rebound I thought was a shot pass dish. In the end, all of those together. In the end, Zach Bates comes down with 2 more points, and the Warriors have a 56-32 lead. Shot no good. The Warriors get the ball, unable to kind of corral, and then leading a fast break is Clayton Turner. He dishes off. The Warriors with that up-tempo game still going on here. Even with this lead, that's the only way they know how to play, and we're getting a pushing foul called against Tuscola. And like I said, Villa Grove Heritage is starting to fall in love with that shot. I mean, they've taken their last few possessions have been 3 or 4 shots from the outside and nothing, absolutely nothing going to the basket. That foul originally signaled by the referee against Tuscola is actually against Villa Grove's Gilbert Nieto. He kind of waved himself off after he made that. Warriors tried to feed it inside. Nieto gets it and then just a little slap on the wrist by 11, Kyle Pugh. I don't think he likes that bandage across his head very much. He keeps tugging at it. It's got to be uncomfortable. He hit the deck earlier in the night, and we're glad he's okay and back in there and getting after like that. His 3rd foul, though, team's 5th here in the second half. He actually started the second half with 4 points, 4 out of the 6 on the run, and another 3 there by Villa Grove. High arcing 3-pointer put up, and then we're going to get a carry called against Kyle Pugh there as he's coming down the floor and tugs at that tape yet again. That's got to be uncomfortable. I think we're going to get a timeout called by Heritage Villa Grove head coach Andy Place. Going to call a full timeout. 5:35 left to go in the game. It's 56-32. Tuscola leads. And I still haven't seen Cameron Nell. Cameron Nell's my guy here. I'm trying to get him in the game. I mean, he's bigger than everybody else, and he posts up rather well. He was a big factor last year in that playoff for Heritage. He's the big guy down low, and he did a lot of good things against Arthur in that game, and they just haven't used him as much in this game here against Tuscola. I mean, defensively, he might be a little bit slower, but at this point, you kind of need his offense and the fact that he will enable shooters to get open for wide open jumpers, because Tuscola's perimeter defense right now is, I mean, they are attached to anybody that touches the ball outside the 3-point line. Nell is the leading scorer for the Hawks. He's got 9. Jordan Wolf has 8. We've got Lucas Vandevetter with 6. Chance Lemon has 4 here in the last few minutes. Gilbert Nieto with 2. Brandon Koberline with 2, and Austin Hubbard with 1. For the Heritage Villa Grove Hawks, who trail by 24 with 5:35 left to go in the game.
they will have the ball here and see what they can do after the timeout called by their head coach, Andy Place. Pass comes in, shot goes up, it goes down too. Chance Lemon got some points here. He's coming on, he's got 7 points in the last few seconds. Pass deflected by the Hawks, almost goes into the Tuscola basket. It does come down though, and then goes out of bounds off of Tuscola. It's gonna be Heritage Villa Grove ball. Josh Knight coming after it, still going 100 miles an hour here. Warriors still have the pressure defense cranked up. Cross-court pass over to 22 Coberline. Back out top to 11. And that doesn't go down. Chance Lemon can't get that one to fall. Nick Bates comes away with it, and he's going to dribble through defenders and even a teammate and throws a dangerous pass, a little too high, that can't be pulled down by Austin Martin.
And this is the kind of thing that Villa Grove wanted to see about 5 minutes ago.
And this is the kind of thing we saw from Tuscola last year, where it's, you know, it stretches where it didn't make sense to still be going so fast. You know, you throw it away, and, you know, but I guess with a 21-point lead and under 5 minutes left to go, you know, it's going to be okay to do that, but there are going to be times where you've got to dial it back. You've got to protect things just a little bit. You don't want to pull it off completely, because that's kind of when you kind of bog down and maybe not score anymore and can let a team back into it. But you need to protect things just a little bit better than they've done so far. Shot put up and good for Brandon Coberline. That's 22 for Villa Grove. He's got a total of 5. Warriors run the baseline to get it in, and there's a turnover. Coberline's going to go to the basket, lays it up, doesn't go down. Tuscola gets the rebound. Josh Knight pulls it away, and then he races down the floor after a foul is called.
I mean, every time when Tuscola gets the rebound, all 5 guys just start sprinting to the other end, even the guy with the ball. I mean, they just take off.
Brandon Coberline is called for the foul, his second. Team's 4th. We've got just over 4 minutes left to go. Villa Grove Heritage does have the lead back down under 20. It's 18 right now. 56-38 Warriors. There is another turnover by the Warriors as they try to bring the ball down the floor.
And that was just a bad pass. Come down with it. There's no need to catch the ball in the air and then try and throw it before you land on the ground. You still have your dribble. You still have the other 2 guys that just threw passes across your side of the floor. No reason to throw that ball while you're still in midair.
And seeing that, Matt Franks is going to call a timeout here to just kind of right the ship here for the last 4 minutes of this contest. That the Warriors, you know, really kind of took advantage of in the second and third quarters, and were able to pull away from Heritage Villa Grove. But so far here in the 4th quarter, Chance Lemon and Brandon Coberline each have each have a 3-pointer. So right now, Villa Grove Heritage outscoring the Warriors 6-4. Nick Bates and Zach Bates have each scored 2-point baskets for the Warriors here in the 4th quarter. 56-38, Warriors lead. Just trying to hold on here and not let things slip away, and not kind of let the last few minutes of this game mar the good things they've done tonight.
I don't want to jinx Tuscola right now, but it looks like they've improved quite a bit in their offensive schemes. They push the ball up the floor, try to catch the defense off balance, and once they got through that first quarter of turnovers and mishaps, they did settle in and started making better passes and finishing a lot better.
And yeah, like I said, you'd hate to see that. You hate to see that kind of feel wasted if you leave you know, a bad taste in the coach's mouth here at the end of the game. 3-pointer put up and no good. And rebound fought for. Tuscola seemed to knock it away from each other. Rebound is pulled down though by Ryan Fitzgerald, 0-0 for Heritage Villa Grove, but he stepped on the baseline. Full court pressure here from the Hawks. Let's see how the Warriors fare. Got to remember, you can't run the baseline here. Warriors did that a little bit earlier, but it was after a made basketball knocked away. Pugh's back down on the floor again. Now we've got multiple people on the floor here. We've got a Hawk rolling around. I think the ball might have been kicked in there somewhere, but Tommy Watson comes away with it and sets it back up with Kyle Pugh. See if the Warriors calm down, and then as I say that, Bates drives through the lane, and another turnover. Warriors are just forcing things now, it seems like.
They almost look like Villa Grove should look like, desperate, trying to get the ball into the basket to get a score.
Playing like their hair's on fire here. Shot put up, no good. It's rebounded and tipped around and fought for. Chance Lemon puts another one in. He's got 9 here late, and then we're going to have a foul called against Brandon Coberline.
And Bates doing a good job taking on the double team, getting out to the sideline, trying to get across half court.
Coberline's third, team's fifth. 3:10 left to go. Warriors up 16 now. So it got up into the 20s there for a while, but the Hawks are coming back, and maybe they dug themselves too big of a hole. Maybe Tuscola will calm down here a little bit, and maybe they'll get a chance to extend that lead back up at the free throw line, because it looks like the Hawks are going to have to are resorting to fouling now.
The personal foul is on number 5.
Getting into the bonus here.
That's his 4th personal foul. Number
Jordan Wolf called for the foul, his 4th, team 6th.
Excuse me, there's one more for the bonus.
Dangerous pass that goes off the backboard. Is it save? Yes, it's saved, so things are okay for the Warriors. Kind of a strange way to get it in, and then they feed it inside, and the basket goes down. So not really probably the way it was drawn up by Matt Franks, but Nick Bates gets to the basket and puts it down. 58-40, back up to an 18-point lead for Tuscola. 2:45 left to go in this non-conference game.
And they have not slowed down at all. Another 3 taken.
3 taken, rebound though, put in by Jordan Wolf. Jordan Wolf has 10, and it's a 58-42, 16-point Tuscola Warrior lead. 2:25 left to go here in the 4th quarter of high school basketball on DouglasCountyDigest.com. The Warriors trying to grind this one out. A little tough defense there played, and we're going to get the Warriors to the free throw line. Chance Lemon with the foul.
The personal foul is on number 11, Chance Lemon. That's his 3rd.
Lemon's 3rd, team's number 7, and now the Warriors will be headed to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Kyle Pugh, number 11, a 5'10" senior guard for the Warriors. Shot doesn't go down. 2:15 left to go. Hawks down 16. Thought about pulling the trigger there on the 3, going to drive in. Instead, it's knocked away and taken away by Tommy Watson. Then the ball hits the deck, and so does 32, Clayton Turner. Kyle Pugh ends up with it now, and he's going to go down and kind of try and spread things out again. 3 players head to the scorer's table for the Warriors. And give one last little breather to some of the starters as they try and run down the clock here. Warriors just still going, passing around, passed up a shot a couple times, so it looks like they finally decided maybe, unless it's that perfect look and it's a wide open layup, maybe going to kick it back out. As I say that, we get a dribbling exhibition there, and shot put up by 45. Tommy Watson's good.
He has got a very smooth shot, but I really like Kyle Pugh on that possession because he stayed out and he was talking to his teammates saying, give me the ball here, let's run off some more time on the clock and not even give them a chance.
Shot put up by Gilbert Nieto goes down. Gilbert's got 5, 60-44. It's a 16-point lead. Kyle Pugh with it now, and he's going to drive to the basket. Gets knocked down hard and going to go down to the floor. Nice show of sportsmanship there by Nieto to go help Pugh get back up. 60-44 is the Warrior lead. We've got 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go in this game.
I'm going to brag on Kyle Pugh again here. He knows that they're up really big. He knows they don't need a basket. But if they're going to give him a wide open lane, he's going to take it.
And then he's going to make the free throw there. Kyle Pugh with his 7th point of the night.
Very smart play by number 11, Kyle Pugh for the Warriors. Some good shooting on the other end by Gilbert Nieto. Number 12 for Villa Grove Heritage.
Second one hits the front, hits the back, and goes down. Kyle Pugh, smart to go to the basket when he had that open look. He drew the foul, knocked down the free throw shots. 62-44, Warriors lead with just over a minute left to go in this game. Drive and a little pass inside, and the shot goes down. 2 points for Ryan Fitzgerald. 0-0. Those are his first 2 points of the night. We're going to have a timeout called by Heritage Villa Grove with 54.1 seconds left to go and a 16-point Tuscola Warrior lead.
I wonder if Cameron Nell was hurt because we haven't seen him. Has he played in the second half yet? I don't remember seeing him come in. He may have been in a little bit in the third quarter.
He scored 4 points in the third quarter.
Okay. So we just haven't seen him in this last quarter yet.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a whole lot of Van de Venner either. He was in for a little while. And then, so those two guys have been sitting for a while.
And this is kind of a different lineup here. We do have some of the original, kind of some of the starters in. So maybe once it got to a certain point, you never know. Maybe Coach Place decided to, save his guys for another day. And I don't know what their schedule looks like over the holidays. Can you dribble along the baseline like that when you run?
Yeah, I'm not sure you can dribble while you're standing out of. Technically, once it leaves his hands, it's a pass, isn't it? So that should be out of bounds. And not that it would matter in this case, but
it's just the first. You always see when they, the referee will tell the guy that's throwing the ball in bounds. They'll say you can run, or it's like no, you can't run. It wasn't after a basket. That was after a basket, so he could run, but he also took a little dribble there. And I don't think anybody but us noticed that too, because nobody said, or just being under a minute left to go, they just
pretty quiet.
Gonna let it slide. Tommy Watson comes up short on that free throw. Cole Lemon gets the foul called against him for Heritage Villa Grove. 16-point Warrior lead, 51.7 seconds left. And here come the Hawks, trying to cut into this lead just a little bit more. Going to the basket, shot put up, nice job by Jordan Wolf. And pressure from the Hawks. Tommy Watson going to try and dribble through that. The Hawks kind of pull it back just a little bit. 30 seconds left to go in the game. 62-48 Warriors lead. Almost taken away, and Watson does a nice job hustling to get that ball after it had been knocked away. And it's in with 32 Clayton Turner now, 3 Jackson McCrory.
I really think Tuscola's defense gave them the win tonight. They were all over the perimeter guys. I think Villa Grove maybe knocked down 2 threes all night. And every time somebody dribbled the ball or had the ball at the top, they just couldn't do anything. They couldn't make an entry pass. They couldn't make a pass across the perimeter. Tuscola's perimeter defense was just everywhere.
One last foul called against Heritage Villa Grove here with 0.5 seconds left to go. It's going to go against number 10, Cole Lemon, his second. The Warriors are in the double bonus, so Jackson McCrory steps to the free throw line and knocks down a free throw. His first points of the night. 63-48. And will this be our last point of the night? It will, most likely. 2 points right there, and that's the ball game, folks. 64-48. Nice win for Tuscola. There's no way around that. We said there were a few times where maybe they could slow down a little bit, calm down a little bit, but to come out and beat a team, Heritage Villa Grove has played more games than Tuscola has. They have some, they have more numbers. They have a little bit more size. And they just came out and with the small lineup were able to take it to the Hawks.
A lot of fast break for Tuscola. Like I said, whenever they got a rebound or a steal, I mean, it was just sprint full speed to the other end, try and find your best, easiest shot. And they converted on a lot of those. And they got even much more enthusiasm out of a lot of post players that were running the floor. You had Clayton Turner trailing plays, knocking down threes, and you had some good post up by Zach Bates down low. And just Villa Grove could not recover after the 6-0 start for Tuscola in the second half. And Kyle Pugh, directing things for Tuscola. Tuscola looks like they could be a pretty good team. Again, both teams are very young. Not a lot of senior leadership. So a lot of guys are going to progress. We'll see 2 different teams later on in the season for sure. And Villa Grove, my personal feelings on it, you need to use your post player. When you have 2 good shooters, Wolf is a pretty good shooter and Van de Venner's a pretty good shooter. You got to use your big post man. Cameron Nell down low, he's number 21, I believe, for Villa Grove. Use him to get the ball and suck in the defense and then kick it out. He did a really good job when he got touches in the post and finishing. He had a couple drives for Villa Grove that were good. Chance Lemon came out in the second half and really scored well for Villa Grove, even when the game was out of reach. So, a lot of good things for both teams to take away. It's going to be a tough road for Tuscola. They've played all little Oka teams so far. they've got a tough conference schedule in the Ocala Valley. No matter where they go or who they play, it's going to be rough for them. And Heritage Villa Grove is going to play some really good teams. They have Arthur Lovington and Shiloh are the two top teams, I believe, in Little Ocala, and both of those teams look very impressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where Villa Grove will be over the holidays. I know Tuscola comes over and plays in Monticello, a field that's always very loaded, and got some good teams in there that will challenge them. I think Villa Grove will probably see something similar to that, and kind of right in that time now where the first semester wrapping up. I think a lot of these Warrior kids have some finals tomorrow. I know back in the days when we were in school, those were in January, but they've moved it up now where it's kind of the Christmas break as a semester. So get these kids showered and study and hit the books because they got their finals coming up. 64-48 is the Warrior victory tonight over Heritage Villa Grove. Let's run down our scores. For the Hawks, Jordan Wolf had 12. Chance Lemon had 9. Cameron Nell also had 9. Lucas Vandeventer with 6. 2 guys with 5. Gilbert Nieto and Brandon Coberline. Ryan Fitzgerald had 2, and Austin Hubbard had 1. For the Warriors tonight, the victors, Nick Bates, 18 points tonight. Did a nice job cutting in and out through traffic and kind of taking over when he had the chance and really kind of running that offense when he had the ball and was attacking. Zach Bates had 14, a nice little stretch in the second and third quarter where he was kind of automatic when he got the ball in the post. We have a couple of guys with 8. Kyle Pugh had 8. Tough game for him. He had the injury and came back and played well and led the team down the stretch when he got the ball and made a couple free throws. Tommy Watson also had 8. We had 6 for Clayton Turner, 4 for Austin Martin, and then Jackson McCrory, Josh Knight, and Jarrett Wallace all had 2. So for Luke Johnson, I'm Chris Patton. We're signing off from Tuscola High School, where the Warriors win 64-48 over the Heritage Villa Grove Hawks. Thank you for watching high school basketball on DouglasCountyDigest.com.